Hey everyone, this is U.S. immigration lawyer Michael Ashoori, and in today's video, I'm going to go over some of the documents that go into an E-2 visa application. So it's become clear to me that there's two types of clients that are considering applying for an E-2 visa. There are those clients that know what to expect and have some sort of an idea of the level of documentation that goes into these E-2 cases, and there are clients that have no clue how much work goes into an E-2 visa, and sometimes they're a little bit caught off guard. So again, in this video, I'm going to go over some of the important documents that go into filing an E-2 visa case. So if you're planning on applying for an E-2 visa, I think you're going to get a lot of value from this video, so make sure to stick around. Hey everyone, my name is Michael Ashoori and I'm a U.S. immigration lawyer based in Los Angeles, California. And at my law firm, we work with clients from all 50 states and worldwide. And we regularly post videos to make sure that you're up to date with the latest immigration news and to provide you with helpful immigration tips. So another thing about our law firm is that one of the services that we really focus on is the E-2 visa. And something that I've observed, as I mentioned earlier, is that sometimes we'll get clients that think that the E-2 visa is just a matter of filling out some forms and getting the visa. And they don't really know the level of work that goes into an E-2 visa and the level of documentation that goes into an E-2 visa application. Oftentimes, these applications can be hundreds of pages long. So the goal that I have for this video is to give you a sense of some of the documents that go into an E-2 visa application so that you have a better idea of what to expect. Hopefully this video will put you in a better position to get started on that process. As a very quick overview, the E-2 visa is an investor visa that allows somebody to live in the United States and operate their own business in the US. And the way that somebody can qualify for an E-2 visa is by making a substantial investment in their business in the US, into their E-2 business. So with that quick overview, we're going to get right into these documents. I've prepared a very brief PowerPoint presentation that we'll go through. And one more important point is that this list that we're going to go through is not a complete list of every single document that goes into your case. This is just a general overview of some of the documents that go into your case. So every case is different. Every case has its own unique circumstances. But again, this is just to provide you with a general overview. So with that, let's get started. Okay, everybody. So this presentation, as you can see, it's E-2 visa documents by me, Michael Ashoori. So with that, let's get started. So first document I have here listed is the U.S. Company Articles of Incorporation, or this can also be Articles of Organization. This is basically the document that you get when you register your company. It's a very important document to have with your E-2 visa case. Next document that we have listed here is the business license for your E-2 business. So if your business requires some sort of a license to operate in the specific location where your business is located in the US, you need to have those licenses to operate your business. Next document that we have listed here is the business plan. So your business plan is generally one of the most important documents for your E-2 visa application, and the business plan is more detailed than a typical business plan that you'd be familiar with. The business plan has specific language regarding the E-2 visa generally in it, at least the ones that we prepare, or the E-2 business plans that we use for our clients' cases. They have specific language about the E-2 investor. They have projections and forecasts, and it's generally one of the most important documents associated with the E-2 visa application. Next document we have listed here is a copy of the lease. So pretty self-explanatory. You want to have your lease agreement as part of your E-2 visa application. The lease, of course, is for the lease of the premises that you're operating your E-2 business out of. So next requirement that we have here is your degree certificate, diploma, or transcripts. It's one of the things that we want to make clear as part of the E-2 visa application is we want to show that the E-2 investor is going to be able to be successful in this business. So some of the things that we show is their qualifications, such as their degree certificate, their diploma, their transcripts. Now, I do want to mention that, you don't have to have, if you're going to open up a cafe in the US as part of your E-2 visa, you don't have to have prior experience working in a cafe. Your resume doesn't need to show that. But nonetheless, we still include a resume and the relevant information that I've just put here, the degree certificate, diploma, and transcript. So let's move on. next document that I have here listed is the dependent documents. So basically, your dependents are your spouse and your children, your unmarried children under 21 years old. And as part of your E2 visa application, you're going to want to include their documents, including their passports, the biographic data of the biographic page of their passport. And in the case of your spouse, you want to include your marriage certificate to demonstrate that you're actually married. In the context of your children, you want to include their birth certificates to demonstrate that you are in fact their parent. And yeah, so that's what we mean there when we write dependent documents. Let's move on. So next document we have here listed is documents to support any major investment into the E2 enterprise. So again, as I mentioned earlier in this video, one of the most important aspects, one of the most important requirements of the E2 visa is that you must make a substantial investment in your business. So of course, we're going to want to include strong documentation demonstrating that you've made major investments into this business. So we show evidence of bank statements showing the investment coming from you personally into the business's operating account. And then we show evidence of expenditures made from that operating account. So we continue to show bank statements evidencing that the funds are leaving the operating account. And we also include receipts and purchase orders for those items and those services that you've purchased to get your business operational, or those various expenditures that you've made towards your business. For example, if you purchased inventory for your business, or if you purchased computers or other office supplies, we include those receipts as evidence of the expenditures made and the investment made to get your business either operational or just various expenses needed for your business. So let's move on. Form I-94, this is for people that are applying for a change of status. If they're in the United States and they're applying to change status to E2, for example, if they're here as a visitor or as a student and they plan to change to E2 status, we want to include their Form I-94 to demonstrate that they are currently in legal status, in lawful status, at the time that they're applying for their change of status. So next, it says, if you placed your funds in an escrow account, submit all closing documents and direct evidence, such as canceled checks and corresponding debits from bank statements, that the money was dispersed to the escrow agency. So this is in the limited situation where you're doing a escrow. So escrow, just like if somebody's buying a house, they can transfer, as part of their purchase and sale agreement, they can agree that the funds will go into an escrow account, and only once the E2 visa is granted, assuming this is what they agreed to in the escrow agreement, once the E2 visa is approved, then the funds would transfer to the seller from the escrow account. So that's how escrow kind of works. And again, it's a much more detailed subject to discuss, but that's a very quick overview of it. And if you're going to use an escrow arrangement, you want to submit evidence of that being done, of the funds entering the escrow account, evidence of the escrow agreement, etc. So let's move on to the next item. And this is ownership documents. So you need to prove that you have ownership of the E2 company. And the way we do this is with the stock certificates or the operating agreement of the LLC or the membership certificates. So that's generally how we prove that you are in fact an owner of the E2 business. So next we have, of course, your passport. Passport's very important. First of all, the E2 visa is only available to citizens of certain countries. So one of the ways that we prove what country of citizenship you have is through your passport. So that's another very important document to include in the case. Okay, so the next document that we have listed here is documents showing real and operating commercial enterprise, such as purchase orders from customers, invoices, photos of inventory, photos of the actual business itself. So let me take a step back. So when I say real and operating commercial enterprise, right? There's a concern on the part of the immigration officer when they're reviewing your application. There's some level of concern that this whole E2 visa, this whole E2 business could be a sham. It could be fake. There might not be any business whatsoever. So there's a strong reason why you want to prove that your business is real, that your business this isn't some sort of a fake thing that you're doing. This is a real operating business, or if it's not operating, you have to show that it's on the verge of becoming operational. And so we want to include documents that show that your business is either already operating or is on the verge of operating. And of course, we want to show documents that the business is real. So how do we do this? First of all, we show photos of the business, right? And by that, I mean literally, going outside of the storefront and snapping some photos and including that in your application. And then going inside the store and showing photos of the inside of the store. If you're operating a restaurant, you want to include the menus of the restaurant, stuff like that, to just very basically show that this is a real place. This is a real business that we're operating over here. And then also, again, if your business is involved in selling some sort of a product, you want to take photos of the inventory. You want to show evidence of the purchase orders that you have for that inventory that your business is going to be using and selling. Again, purchase orders from customers. If you're transacting business already, if your business is already operational and you have clients and you have customers and you're doing business, include evidence of that you're doing that business, such as by providing the purchase orders and by providing the receipts that you're issuing to actual customers. That goes a long way to show that your business is real and operating. So let's move on. Your resume. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but again, we include your resume. It's just one of those documents that we include in the case to demonstrate, what you've done in the past. Again, I want to emphasize that there's no requirement that you have previous experience in the business that you're going to be operating for your E2 business. Nonetheless, we still include a resume. It's just one of those important documents that we include. Now, here's a big one: source of funds. So, one of the requirements of the E2 visa is that your investment funds, the funds that you're using to invest in your business, must come from a lawful source, meaning that the immigration laws want to make sure that your investment funds are not coming from some sort of illegal activity. You didn't steal this money that you're investing. You didn't launder this money that you're investing. They want to know, immigration requirements are concerned with where this money came from. So again, one of the requirements of the E2 visa is to demonstrate that these funds came from a lawful source. So everybody's source of funds might look a little bit different, and depending on how you earned those funds, your source of funds is going to look a little bit different. For example, if your parents gifted you the money that you're using to invest in your E2 visa, for your E2 visa, then you're going to get a gift letter from your parents. It's going to be a letter from your parents that says, I, so-and-so, am gifting my son or daughter this amount of money so that they can use it for their E2 business, for their E2 visa, and they have no obligation to repay these funds. And in addition to a letter like that, we would also include some sort of evidence in terms of how your parents earned that money. For example, if your parents earned that money through their employment, then we would include your parents' tax returns, basically, or some similar evidence to show how your parents actually earned the funds that they used to gift to you. Let's say you earned the money by selling a piece of property that you had. Let's say you owned a house and you sold the house and you took the money from the sale of that house and you used that for your E2 investment. Then we would show evidence of that. We would show evidence of the purchase and sale agreement of the house, and we would show your bank statements showing the receipt of those funds after the home was sold. That's just another example. And then again, if you earned the money just through saving it up as you earned money from employment, what you can also do is that you can provide tax returns over a period of years to demonstrate those earnings. And again, as you can see, what I'm trying to emphasize here is that there's all kinds of documents that might be needed depending on how you earned your investment funds, the funds that you're using to invest in your E2 for your E2 visa. And so this documentation will look a little bit different for everybody depending on how they earned their investment funds or how they got their investment funds that they're using for their E2 visa. So let's move on. So as you can see, there are a number of different documents that go into an E2 visa application. And just by going through that PowerPoint presentation, you can see that it's not strange or it's not unusual for one of these E2 visa applications to be hundreds of pages long. And again, I do want to emphasize that that list that we just went through is not a complete list. There could be additional documents that are needed based on your particular situation. As you can see, if somebody was not familiar with the level of documentation that can go into an E2 visa application, They might be caught off guard. They might not have prepared for the level of work that goes into building one of these cases. So hopefully this video will help give you some perspective to know that this is a process. Ideally, you should be working with a qualified immigration lawyer that will be working with you one-on-one to build this case, you and your immigration lawyer as a team. So again, I hope you found this video extremely helpful. If you know anybody that can benefit from this information, please feel free to share this video with them. At our law firm, we're all about empowering you with knowledge. So the more people that can watch this video that can benefit from this information, the better. As always, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Please hit that thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. And as always, I will see you on the next video.